Anal Brats, Books 1 through 12, 12-pack, first-time anal sex erotica collection, written by Kimmy Welsh, narrated by Kline. Head chef in my virgin butt. Anal Brats 1. Working in Chef Parker's kitchen was hard. So hard, in fact, that two of his recent understudies had abandoned his business altogether, leaving it down to just me and him in the kitchen for that evening's service. "This is a real test today, Sarah," he said, putting his hands on the metal table that separated us. "How many covers?" "We're almost full." I gritted my teeth and tried to smile. "It'll be fine." "Only if we get it right," he said. "We can do this. I trust you." He said the words with a flat sternness that basically implied he didn't expect me to let him down. "Are we as prepared as we can be?" he said. "I think so." "Then we should have nothing to worry about. And remember, as tough as things get tonight, time doesn't stop. It will come to an end." The statement sounded foreboding. I'd only been helping him for the last few months after his first assistant chef had quit. When the second one left a week ago, I started to wonder what I'd let myself in for. Mr. Parker turned away to check the prep, and I took a deep breath. This could be the making or breaking of me. I had no idea that both making and breaking would be occurring that day. He opened up each small metal container, checking the contents with a keen eye, and marking something off on a notepad that he regularly carried around. I watched his big, hulking frame. He was your typical head chef. He was over 6 feet, with those huge laborer's hands that were inexplicably delicate when they needed to be. He used them now to angle back the metal trays that lined the back of the prep table and peer inside. He studied each one with a stoic look on his face that masked almost every emotion. The only discernible ones were negative, but I knew that he had a gentler side that could be coaxed from him every now and then. He opened one of the containers, and his brow furrowed. He ran his hand back through his ashen-gray hair and pinched at the bridge of his nose. I braced myself. "Where are the chopped onions?" he said, still facing the wall. They're there. They're in there." He grabbed the tin and turned it to me. "What are these?" "Chopped onions," I said defiantly. "These are sliced onions," he said. "Sliced." I stayed quiet. "You know the difference between sliced and chopped?" I nodded. "Then why are these chopped onions sliced?" He didn't raise his voice, but he didn't need to. He was always pretty good at showing his intense disappointment with an only minimal exertion of energy. "Do I need to show you how to chop onions?" I shook my head. "Then chop onions," he said. "You have 5 minutes to fill this tin." He dumped the sliced onions in the trash and tossed the tin on the table, where it clanged noisily and slid towards me. I hurried to the vegetable store and took a handful of onions, bunching them all along my forearms and rushing back to the table. One of them slipped out of my grasp, and he watched it drop to the floor. "Less haste, more speed," he said, observing with folded arms. The pressure felt huge. I grabbed the knife, and my hands were shaking. I sliced through the onion and pulled off the outer layers, turning it on its side and starting to chop it. "Quicker," he said, and I clenched my jaw and tried to find another gear. The knife whirred beneath me, but I could still sense his displeasure. He rounded the table to my side of the kitchen and stood close behind me, watching over my shoulder. "That's not quick enough, Sarah," he said. "I can't go any faster." "Then maybe you should work on your technique." I stopped chopping and let out a sigh, resting the knife down on the board. "Here," he said, and he moved his big arms around me to take the knife from me and hold the onion. I think he knew he'd almost broken me. His big frame surrounded me. I could feel the warmth of his body and the tingle of his breath against my ear as he spoke. "Watch," he said. He took the knife to the half-cut onion. "Cut this way first," he said, making matchstick-sized cuts lengthways towards the root.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?